Fragrance by Jimmy Choo.
The tuxedo. It's the most classic look in any gentleman's closet. One that has defined style icons for decades. It hasn't changed in 50 years since the Rat Pack. Now, I have worn more than my fair share of tuxedos down the years. What sets one apart from another? It's all in the details. Now, tuxedo's not a novelty item. It's not a costume. Go for something timeless, clean, and simple. And it has to be tailored to fit you. Black is the most traditional, but here's a little pro tip. Midnight blue works very well, and it often comes out better in flash photography. You got to have a pristine white shirt. Not just any old white shirt, but a dress shirt with a bib in the front and a double cuff. Evening slippers look great, but I prefer a nice polishable black leather dress shoe. And wear long black socks so you don't expose any calf when you're sitting down. Now when you're wearing cufflinks, choose a thin dress watch or evening watch. It'll sit better on your wrist and it won't bunch up your cuffs. Now these days, a lot of people wear neckties with their tuxedos. It's okay, I've done it a few times, but I'm thinking it should be a bow tie. Make it black or midnight blue, and ideally make it from the same material as the suit's lapel. Most importantly of all, wear a real bow tie, because nothing looks cooler than when you undo it at the end of the night.
I'm Robin Swithenbank, watch critic and editor of the Jackal magazine. And today we're talking about Bell & Ross watches. Bell & Ross is a fascinating company. They came to watchmaking with very different aspirations. A company that makes its watches in Switzerland. It's actually based in Paris. Its watches are often bold and experiential, and they're much closer in spirit to Daft Punk than to Place Vendôme. They set about trying to create these very strong masculine watches which could be worn by bomb disposal experts and firemen. They found a real niche with pilots in particular, though. And they became particularly famous producing these oversized, square-cased, cockpit-inspired watches. This was the BR-01, which I think became one of the most iconic watches of that mid-noughties period. The BR-03, which is a slightly smaller version of the BR-01, and it has a black ceramic case, black dial, black hands, black numerals. This is a very bold, stealthy piece of watch design. There are lots of steel-cased versions as well. This is a GMT version of the BR-03. And when you see it in steel, with some of the edges are polished and some of them are brushed, it has this incredible three-dimensional quality to it. You really see the confidence of the design. And one of the collections which I think has made them famous is the vintage WW1 line of watches that are inspired by the look and feel and the design of First World War watches. Officers, they took their pocket watches and they soldered wire loop lugs to the case so that they could then thread a strap through it and wear it on their wrist. Although Bell & Ross is very much known as a pilot's watch brand, if you dig a little bit further, they do some wonderful sports watches as well. This watch, the BR-123, is a three-hand automatic with a date. So you get all these lovely layers of designs. So you have the sand-coloured numerals and the sand-coloured hands, but then you have a little bit of red script, which is a nice sort of subtle detail. The attention that they've paid to merging the case with this bubble sapphire crystal, a very deliberate design statement. This is actually a 126 chronograph flyback, which means that when you start the chronograph running, you can reset it and restart it simply by pressing one of the buttons. Again, it's incredibly easy to read, but it's also very beautifully designed. There are lots of rose gold elements on this watch, which contrast beautifully with the black dial, the black slimline bezel, and then this tanned leather strap. Bell & Ross is a design obsessive. Very simple, but very elegant and very classy sports watches.
Open your head, take a glass, don't be scared, I'm right here, you wanna be high for this.
Get closer. Boss, the scent, the fragrance for him.
Black days of winter, all were through. The blossoms came and they brought you. Clouds left the sky. I knew the reason why they made way for you. And the blossom and the blossom.
Gucci Guilty Absolute, the new eau de parfum.
Touch the rain. I look at the sun, and it says run.
The light shivers offshore through the tides of oceans. We are shining in the rising sun.
The water, the earth, the sun and me. J'adore. We are gold. J'adore. Enjoy the new fragrance, Dior.
Gabrielle?
Open your hand, take a glass. Don't be scared, I'm right here. Even though you don't want, trust me girl, you wanna be high for this.
Get closer, Boss the Scent, the new fragrance for her.
Sto perdendo tempo.